It's my favorite evening. I'm pacing around the floor. Got southern woods and waters gonna take me out the door. Got coffee on a perkin. I'm about to have some fun. They'll have my mind a-chasing some critter on the run. Bring it on, southern woods and waters. Make me hear that sound of a fish that's breaking water or the bawling of some hounds. Make me smell that river mud, feel clean air on my face. Bring it on, southern woods and waters, show me that special place.
Probably about 11-inch crappie.
Good evening, everybody. I want to welcome each and every one of y'all to this week's edition of Southern Woods and Waters. We've got another great show for you guys tonight. We had a lot of fun putting it together. Hope you guys are going to enjoy it. What we're going to do tonight in the first segment, we're going to go over to Percy Priest Lake. And I was out there last Saturday, as a matter of fact. We was fishing with some good friends of mine, and we went out crappie fishing that night and had a real good time. We got that coming to you tonight in the first segment. And in the second segment, we're actually going to go out and begin this year's preseason deer season setup series, and we're going to have a 4-part series out of that. Tonight will be the first one. We're going to go along and just show you some tips and some things that I do while I'm getting ready for deer season coming up, and we don't have very long before that's going to be starting on us. So tonight in the studio, got my good friend Dayton Blair in the house with me tonight. Good to have you back down here, man.
Buddy. Absolutely.
And we're just going to be talking to Dayton here throughout the night about some summertime fishing techniques and some other things that he uses to catch fish when it's hot outside. And
it's that time of year. It's getting a little tough.
It's getting a little tough, but you know, he's caught so many this week. He's got Band-Aids on the end of his fingers.
I got my Band-Aids on every few fingers here. So,
but you know, we're going to be discussing that, and then later on we're going to have some guys call in, and we're going to share a little story with you guys. Just a very heartwarming story.
TJ Stenson and Mark Adams got a little project going on, and that's a good thing, man. It's awful great. And you'll find out later on in the show.
To hear good news like that, you know, just it's good to share with everybody.
Absolutely.
But I tell you what, let's go on over to Percy Priest Lake right now and do a little nighttime crappie fishing with the drop lights. Raining off and on all day. It's finally stopped. We're just now getting anchored up. We're about 30 feet of water right now. We're tied up off of a point. We're going to be dropping some lights. See if we can't get some crappie to come in here and give us some nighttime action. So y'all hang in there and see how this goes.
Show him to me, Bubba. Get him.
This is 17 1/4 inch crappie. About 9 years. I'll let you keep him in. Got a couple of green beans. I'm running on top of the red hook. So it's a little bit different rig on this rod. I've got a double banana rig on that other rod. A preset crappie rig. This one I'm just using those little green beads and a little red hook. This is a little double rig here. I just have always generically called this a crappie rig. Got the white clip in the bottom, 2 minutes coming off the lead. It's always worked well for me. It's a good rig to use catching soccer too.
Another shorty.
God made me that way.
Definitely made you special, bro.
I was like, that was so good.
Definitely only one bubble. About 9, April 10-inch mark. I don't know if you can see from there, but I've got a little black Sharpie mark on the 10-inch mark. And that way at night, I don't have to pay attention near as hard to where that line is to see where that 10-inch fish goes. Back up we go.
We got to do some editing here, guys. But, I mean, we had a good night tonight, though. We're over here on Percy Priest, and we caught a lot of crappie, a lot of shorts, but a lot of crappie.
A lot of little hybrids and stripes.
Little hybrid, I mean, I'm talking little hybrid. Yeah, had quite a few of those, and a bunch of short crappie. In a few years, we're going to have a heck of a stand of crappie out here, that's for sure.
Black nose and white crappie from the same spot.
Caught some black nose tonight, so, I mean, overall a good night, had a good time. We're taking home some fish to claim, so it could be a lot worse. We've got some fish going to the cooler, and we got to get home, get some sleep, but I've enjoyed it, had a good time. Most of the fish were probably, I would say, in about 15 foot of water, somewhere around that ballpark. We were sitting in 30 foot of water and catching them in about 12 to 15, so Amanda's doing the trick, you know, she's crappie rig. I don't know exactly what rig y'all are using, but I was just dropping a double crappie rig. Slingshot.
Simple as it gets.
Yeah. So, hey, it's a great way to get out here and fish in the summer. We're not burning out. Ain't nobody sweating. Everybody's comfortable.
Beautiful night, other than the wind.
Yeah, other than the wind, it's a great night. So, well, we'll come back and try it again next week, see if we can do some more.
All right, welcome back to the studio. I tell you what, Dayton, that was a good time, buddy.
I'm telling you,
we had a good night.
That's some good fishing right there. It's not out there in the middle of the sun all day. You got a little cool air at night.
That's the advantage, I think, in my opinion. It's more so that you're not out there sweating. There's no pressure as far as, oh, we got to hurry up and get to the lake, you know.
And you ain't got all the boats,
you just get out there late in the evening.
You still have boats, but just not as many.
Most of them are out fishing, doing the same thing you are. But it's just, to me, especially in the summertime, it's a lot more relaxing way to get out there and fish.
Been working all day,
not be out there burning up. That's right. I spend all week out there in that sun, so I'd just soon not be in it on the weekend.
It's hot.
Guys, I tell you what, let's go on over and do this week's weekly wild game forecast. It's being sponsored by the great people over at Wilson Bank and Trust. You guys can stop in and see them at one of 28 Middle Tennessee locations. Talk to them about all your banking and financial needs, and be sure to tell them thank you for everything that they do for us right here at Southern Woods and Waters. All right, Dayton, the forecast is looking good on the fishing. Again, we've been fishing mostly at night. Now, I know you've been fishing some afternoons, but they're really feeding at night right now.
Well, you got a full moon right now, so you got prior full moon, and then we're right in the middle of it, a little bit after full moon.
Yeah, a little bit on the tail end of it.
So it's going to slow back down a little bit, but as far as it goes, I mean, fish are still biting. You just got to get out there and hunt them. It's not as easy. They're chasing that bait ball. There's still fish shallow on all your lakes.
Yeah,
but your
most of them are deeper.
Yeah, they're
we
deeper.
Found them mostly 15.
Yeah.
Again the other night 15 foot. Some of them are in 20 foot.
And you got to find that bait. But there's always shallow fish on every lake. You just got to find those.
Right. Bass doing the same thing, guys. I was out fishing the other night with Gerald Smith, my buddy Gerald, and I want to say hi to him tonight and to Dallas. And most of the bass on Center Hill, same way. They're they're in that 20-foot range. There are some shallow, but most of them are hanging out.
We've had a few cold fronts this month, so that's going to help in these cooler nights getting down. But we still got September that's always a little warm.
You know what these cooler nights do to me, man? They get me thinking about these deer.
Them deer running
around.
Man,
hey, they're just about grown and done what they're going to do now.
So you know what you got.
So you know what you got. They're still going to do a little bit more growing over these next few weeks. Velvet hunt's coming up. That's at the end of August, and there's a lot of people ready to go.
So you got anything going?
We do. Our food plots are started. I have started doing some. I usually use a mix of chicory. I like to use chicory, winter wheat, and winter peas. And by doing that, I can keep food out there for them throughout the winter. It's not as important really in the bow season for me. We might hunt the food plots just a little bit, but I'm usually on acorns, persimmon, something more natural.
Have you got your trails bush hogged out yet? You got all your lanes ready right now?
They're bush hogged and ready to go, buddy. I still got a little more cut to do, but we're trying to keep caught up.
What about the dove fields?
Dove fields are looking good.
I'm about ready for that. I'm ready for some dove breast.
It won't be just a few weeks for that either, man.
That's right.
Well, guys, remember to follow us on Facebook. Keep up with us there. We constantly got a giveaway, something going on with Facebook. We share a lot of different things many times a day. So get on there, follow us, keep up with us. Check us out at swwtv.com. You can find links to all of our great sponsors and all of our past shows. We're going to take a quick break. When I come back, it's going to be time for this week's Pictures of the Week and some more Southern Woods and Waters.